And with the lot number information window, I want to just talk a little bit about then being able to make changes to that. And there's a couple of different ways that I can make changes to it. I can actually create more of a transaction associated with this change, or I actually can just go in and change it, and there's an audit log behind that. So some discussion on how do you want to process these transactions, et cetera. But let's just look at this one first. So if you're familiar with how Business Central works in terms of, inventory adjustments, this is really very similar. So, if you're going to change a bin location or that sort of thing, you've got a transaction that looks very similar to this, or I'd say there's the old transaction and there's the new transaction. So here's where I've got a reference to my original lot number. There's the new lot number. If I've got the old expiration date, the new expiration date. If I've got the container type, I can change that. Status, date of entry. So this is where I would allow users to make changes to the system. You notice this does go through I would call more formal posting process. So I do end up with a posting date on the transaction, and then I'm going to post it. The nice thing about that is, in addition to the change log, I'm going to have record then of the changes that have been made to my lots. So not only lot tracing, but lot change tracing is now available to me through this, through the ProBatch lot change entry. The other option would just be to go to lot modify, oops, wrong one. So in this case, if you wanted maybe a little less formal process, this is just a different way of looking at that same thing. So I can see, there's my current information, there's the new information. You'll notice it doesn't have every field on here, but it's got most of them. But I can then change, what do I want to change the values from and to, and then I have the post routine, just like we saw on the other page. So this depends on how you'd want to make those changes in the system. So. And you'll notice that we do have a preview here of inspection orders that are coming up. So inspection orders can be associated with a lot based on that disposition again, or the status if we wanted to, and that can change the status of a transaction. So this is more of a manual process of changing a status from release to quarantine. If you wanted more of the automated process, then our next webinar is going to catch that with the quality assurance or the QA tracking components.